Kris is an Australian dancer and a former member of Tankertube, which is, an American entertainment company probably best known for its YouTube channel. The channel uploads videos of Roblox accounts performing these really complex K-pop-leveled choreographies to a pretty diverse range of pop, hip-hop, and other music genres. The channel was founded and managed by John Tankerson, and it features anywhere from 4 to 11 virtual dancers in its videos. Kris's time with Tankertube was, marked by both the channel's commercial success and ultimately his controversial departure following multiple allegations of, censored behavior and his subsequent conviction. So, welcome to The Impact, a documentary series that airs weekly. We cover fake celebs, and today, we're documenting the career of Tankertube member Kris, how he got popular, how his reputation was destroyed, and how his downfall serves as a cautionary tale about hiding a dark secret. First, let's delve into Kris's early life. Born in Australia, Kris grew up watching K-pop groups. During this time he excelled in sports, particularly basketball, and he really demonstrated some early leadership skills. His passion for the arts grew later, and at the age of 10, he moved to the United States with his family and lived in Ohio. Now, let's look at Tankertube's rise. So joining Tankertube, before Kris joined, in the early years, Tankertube was created in 2016 by John Tankerson, who is actually the grandfather of the Tankerson siblings, as a creative outlet utilizing Roblox. Initially, the dance company consisted of 10 of the Tankerson siblings, media group of siblings posing for photo, diverse siblings together, boxer training, young ballet dancer in studio, gamer playing on computer, DJ mixing music, influencer, taking selfies, Aristaka distribute equally, Arnold who was a boxer, Shane a gamer, Apple a ballet dancer, Thana an influencer, Jake a DJ, Rebecca a historian, Hank, Gregory, also a historian, Caden who was a child engaged in various activities, and Maddie. One sibling, Tim, was notably excluded from dancing, subjected to mistreatment by his mother, Thana, and Jake, and never appeared in any videos. The group's early performances featured Zumba-inspired dances. At first, the channel's content mainly consisted of these Zumba-inspired dance videos, which honestly struggled to gain traction, often barely reaching 10,000 views per upload. Despite this, the channel gradually accumulated a low-level following, eventually reaching 5,000 subscribers. As the channel progressed, more dancers joined the roster, including Blake, Aiden, Becca, Trevor, Lee, Michael, Dale, Vanessa, Stacy, Ava, and Brady. John Tankerson, observing the burgeoning global popularity of K-pop and its intricate dance culture, made a pivotal realization. By shifting Tankertube's focus to K-pop-level choreographies, the channel could potentially achieve millions of views. This insight initiated a slow but deliberate shift towards more complex K-pop-inspired dance routines. This strategic pivot proved to be highly successful, propelling the channel's subscriber count to 100,000. Tankertube entered a period of significant early success. Notable dance videos from this era included Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke featuring T.I. and Pharrell with 6 dancers, which got 2 million views. Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars with 8 dancers, which reached 56 million views, and 22 by Taylor Swift with 5 dancers, which hit 19 million views. 2 more videos that really boosted the channel were All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor, 7 million views, and Rock and Roll Will Take You to the Mountain by Skrillex, which got an incredible 243 million views and was later featured in a Mr. Beast video. Mr. Beast even praised the dancers. The channel's popularity just kept on surging, eventually turning into a global phenomenon and, reaching 1 million subscribers. During this time, the channel started experimenting with some additional content formats, like vlogs and gameplay videos, especially of just dance. However, these supplementary videos, they didn't really get the same level of viewership as their core dance content. John had 2 options: change the style, or retain it. He chose the latter. A dance to Billie Jean actually helped Tankertube reach that 1 million subscriber milestone. That particular dance video even became a meme. A significant change happened when Brady, one of the dancers, decided to leave the group, publicly calling his involvement a business. He also claimed that Tankertube isn't a YouTube channel, but a company. This departure honestly paved the way for a new wave of talent including Mike, Jeff, Kris, Johnny, CW, Eric, Derek, Case, Sabrina, and Matt. Now let's delve into Kris's career as a dancer. Kris actually discovered Tankertube by accident while playing a basketball game. Intrigued by the channel's unique concept, he decided to audition. His performance, showing off his well-honed dance skills, really impressed John Tankerson, which led to Kris's acceptance into the company. He was introduced as one of the newer members of Tankertube during a showcase. His visual appeal was also noted, with lots of fans pointing out his resemblance to Chinese-Canadian singer and former EXO member Kris Wu. With Kris and all the new members, Tankertube really cemented its place as a leading Roblox dance channel. The channel just kept achieving considerable success, producing high viewership videos for songs like Bangarang by Skrillex, led by Shane, which racked up 60 million views. Like I Would by Zayn, led by Shane and featuring Dale, Blake, Becca, Kris, Case and Mike, brought in 43 million views. Then there was Radical by Dyro and Danik, led by Becca with 10 million views. Sorry by Justin Bieber was led by Blake with a 6-member all-female dance group, and Rockabye by Clean Bandit reached 9 million views. California Girls by Katy Perry, led by Vanessa, got 42 million views, and Nuck If You Buck by Crime Mob hit 10 million views. As the channel's success grew, members were pressured to get social media accounts, and even start their own YouTube channels. Kris made his Tankertube debut in their dance video to Viva La Vida by Coldplay. Tankertube became a phenomenon and started attracting fans of K-pop too. As time went on, the dynamics in Tankertube began to shift. The Tankersons, who had most of the attention because of their dance style, started to get overshadowed, since fans became obsessed with 5 other dancers: Aiden, Blake, Becca, Trevor, and Dale. So, Aiden became known as the heartthrob and charismatic frontman, thanks to his charm, his looks, and, that confidence he had. Management really noticed just how popular he was, and, honestly, they prioritized him over Thana when it came to interviews. As time went on, Aiden became even more prominent in their dance videos, often taking the lead in successful songs like Get Right by Jennifer Lopez Mi Gente by J Balvin and Willie Williams Sunflower by Post Malone and Sway Lee, and Money by Lisa. He often spoke in interviews for Tankertube, eventually more than any other member. It got to a point where it really felt like Tankertube needed Aiden, and, without him, the channel just wouldn't feel the same. It might even die out. Dale, another dancer, had a totally different appeal. He's known for always wearing sunglasses while dancing. Becca became famous for her brief twerks, which made her really popular. Blake brought something else to the table. She's known for her fast-paced dancing and creative moves, and yeah, she also had the looks, which made her even more popular. Trevor stood out for his swagger moves. It seems Thana enjoyed the spotlight but had a problem with Blake and Dale being overshadowed. For Kris, being overshadowed wasn't easy, but this was just the beginning of his problems. He started losing prominent roles in Tankertube, which was now dominated by Aiden and Blake. Around this time, he got into a romance with fellow Tankertube member Ava. Kris apparently had an interest in Ava when he first joined Tankertube. In an interview, Kris discussed joining Tankertube and his romance with Ava. During this period, Kris did various Tankertube dances, including some really notable songs, like Tsunami by DVBBS, God's Plan by Drake, Wake Me Up by Avicii, Bring Me to Life by Evanescence, and Chantage by Shakira and Maluma. Kris also started his own channel where he reviews shoes, and it actually had 400,000 subscribers. He also led several Tankertube dance videos, including Die Young by Kesha and Die For You, Remix by The Weeknd, and Ariana Grande, both of which were a success. Plus, he led their dance video to Kill This Love by Blackpink, which has 33 million views. Around this time, two other members, Ian and Janse, joined the troupe. Kris tweeted, "Congrats to Ian and Janse, now there's 31 of us boys." Even with all this, Kris never really got that popular, and his popularity in Tankertube stayed pretty mid. He was often placed in the mid-tier of popular Tankertube members. In October 2019, a controversial incident involved member Sabrina recording and sharing a video of Tim, the Tankerson sibling who was excluded from dancing, being pushed into a pool. This video led to severe online harassment and bullying directed at Tim, which was further exacerbated by members Lee and CW. This caused an outrage. Kris tweeted in support of Tim saying, "Tim did not deserve this. He did not deserve to get hurt. He is a Tankerson, regardless if he is not a member of Tankertube." Despite the backlash, this didn't really impact Tankertube, because after this, Tankertube released a series of YouTube videos where the dance count increases with every song. So, here are the songs they covered with different numbers of dancers. For 4 dancers, they performed Classic by MKTO, where Mike, Jeff, Matt, and Johnny wore magician-themed costumes. With 5 dancers, they took on Worth It by Fifth Harmony. Thana, Blake, Ava, Becca, and Stacy danced in an office building. When it came to 6 dancers, they did Don't Let Me Down by the Chainsmokers. Blake, Dale, Trevor, Aiden, Ian, and Stacy danced in front of 2 men who were driving a car. They stopped when they say mine, Lansmundan, mine Stacy. And then the other dancers appeared during the first drop. The car's hydraulic suspension started bouncing up and down on its wheels, and as the beat picked up, the rocking became more violent and aggressive. By the final part of the song, the 2 men were lifted out of the car and suspended in the air. For 7 dancers, they performed Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z. Jeff, Mike, Dale, Becca, Blake, Ava, and Jake danced on a building in New York, and the whole thing was in black and white. With 8 dancers, they did Heroes, We Could Be, by Alesso. Blake, Mike, Becca, Ava, Lee, Kris, Jeff, and Aiden danced in a black room with lasers. For 9 dancers, Gangnam Style, by PSY, was the choice, and Dale, Derek, Eric, Mike, Kris, Becca, Ava, Sabrina, and Blake used the official choreography. For 10 dancers, they performed Cold Water by Major Lazer. Blake, Becca, Ava, Vanessa, Stacy, Shane, Apple, Jake, Mike, and Kris danced on Water. With 11 dancers, it was Get Busy by Sean Paul, featuring Sabrina, Kris, Jeff, Ava, Lee, Blake, Dale, Derek, Eric, Mike, and Michael. The series was honestly a major success, and Tankertube saw its peak popularity. K-Dine's World even included all of them in its Hall of Fame for Tankertube, and Cold Water is celebrated as Tankertube's biggest achievement. Kris appeared in the final 4 videos of the series, and, due to the large formations, Kris actually got some spotlight. He also appeared in videos that became even bigger hits for Tankertube, like Blank Space by Taylor Swift, which has, 23 million views. However, competition for Tankertube began in 2020. Fed up with the treatment, Tim started his own YouTube channel where he plays Roblox. But then, the COVID-19 pandemic lockdowns forced the dancers to live in a mansion together. By 2022, the channel gained 100,000 subscribers. In one video, Tim was disappointed with the lack of success of the channel, and in another, Tim played with Kris, Ava, Becca, Mike, and Aiden. Kris joked about popular K-pop idols, and he also explained to Tim that he loves dancing and will never stop. In 2021, a website ranked Kris as part of the top 10 most proficient dancers, alongside Blake, who was ranked number 1, as well as Aiden, Becca, Dale, Trevor, Shane, Thana, Mike, and Ava. Also, between October 1st and October 5th, Tankertube held a dance tour in Brookhaven, RP, which later included every Tankertube dancer as an avatar in the game. It also took many Tankertube choreographies as emotes, including a dab move Kris did in one video. Later, Adopt Me released a pack of pets themed after Tankertube members and other Roblox YouTubers, such as Flamingo and VuxVux. Later, in a 2022 live stream with Derek, Kris joked about being Kris Wu. Derek ended the stream by saying, "Delete everything, delete the live stream." Kris made a joke about being it was censored. Fans were enraged, and Kris was really dragged for comparing himself to Kris Wu. Also in 2022, Tankertube caused a controversy when they banned Russian music following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Tankertube received a lot of backlash as fans protested the loss of Russian artists such as Little Big and Cerebro. Tankertube's stock fell by 5%, which was a loss of $200 million. The decision did not go well with Kris, who wanted things to stay the way they were. The channel later continued operating as usual. Around this time, Kris filmed a TikTok where he and Aiden recreated a viral dance which honestly went viral itself. The next year, in 2023, Tankertube was still striving. In May of that year, Kris released a video where he took back everything he said in Derek's livestream and condemned Kris Wu for his actions. Kris's presence in Tankertube continued. He appeared in their dance videos to 7 by Jungkook, featuring Latto and Cuff It by Beyoncé, and both were successful in terms of viewership. He also led the dance video to Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, which peaked at 31 million views. Later that year, Tankertube was hit with another controversy when they banned Israeli music following the Gaza war. Fans protested losing artists like Netta. As a result, Tankertube's stock fell by 14%, a loss of $300 million. Later, Kris, Mike, Trevor, and Lee released a joint statement announcing they would avoid politics to prevent more controversy. So, in 2024, a clip of Blake and Kris talking about Blake's fast moves and Becca's twerks actually became an internet meme, following the release of their dance video to Messy by Lola Young. Later, Kris, Arnold, Mike, Dale and Ian, Aiden, Blake and Becca gave an interview with YouTuber Mike Paul. Kris mentioned that Tankertube originated with a promise that John Tankerson made to Arnold to make Arnold a success. Arnold had previously appeared on the channel, and John had reportedly pledged to, make it work if he returned. Kris also discussed former fellow member Brady and, he kind of mocked him for leaving, calling him someone who just wanted more success, and also pointed out that Brady didn't appear in the well-known Tankertube videos. He later clarified his remarks on Brady and apologized. Later in 2025, Kris posted on his YouTube channel explaining that he has never hated a single celeb and has continued his dance career. He said he still saw Tankertube as a big part of his life and stated he's still an active dancer. However, from what happened in 2026, we know that didn't last. The year 2025 marked a period of profound tragedy and significant shifts within the Tankertube organization. On October 15, 2025, the Tankerson family attended a play. Suddenly a man appeared and tried to kill Caden, but Tim ran forward and was almost shot and killed. But Maddie saved Tim and took the hit. Maddie's death devastated the entire family, and Tankertube then, the channel went into a 4-week hiatus. Despite their personal grief, the Tankerson siblings remained active members of Tankertube. In response to the earlier bullying and online harassment of Tim, John Tankerson fired Sabrina, Lee, and CW, holding them accountable for their role in Maddie's death. The channel eventually resumed posting videos after a period of mourning. Tankertube faced a plagiarism controversy and a subsequent lawsuit from Canadian artist Drake, who alleged that one of Tankertube's dance videos plagiarized the choreography from his music video for Hotline Bling. Further instability rocked the group as Blake, a prominent and popular dancer, made an abrupt decision to leave the troupe, shocking fans and leading to her being branded a traitor. Shortly thereafter, Becca also departed from Tankertube. Amidst these changes, Tankertube planned a dance video for Superheroes by the Script. It was going to be a 10-dancer lineup with the dancers dressed as superheroes, and Kris was included. However, member Thana stated Kris was not a suitable person to be dancing to the song, and he was removed from the lineup. The video was released without him, and he was replaced with Tim. Now, why wasn't Kris a suitable person to be dancing to Superheroes by the Script? On February 9, 2026, Becca posted a YouTube video explaining her departure from Tankertube and accused Kris of sexual, physical, and mental abuse during her time in Tankertube. Becca alleged Kris took advantage of her when Tankertube was not filming, stripped her naked, and preyed on her. She also described a pattern of being abused and being forced by Kris to do things. The comments section was in fury, with people saying things like, "Kris did this to Becca and abused her, he's done for, and there's no way to defend Kris, even if he's not guilty, his career as a dancer is over, and lock Kris up for life." Kris denied these allegations, dismissing them as pure fiction and an attempt to destroy his reputation. The allegations soon became international news. Later, John released a statement reading, "Tankertube was built on creativity, teamwork, and respect for one another. The allegations brought forward against Kris are extremely serious. After reviewing the situation and speaking with several members of the group, we have decided to immediately terminate Kris's involvement with Tankertube." He continued, "Our priority is the safety and well-being of everyone involved with our community. Tankertube will not tolerate behavior that harms others or damages the trust that fans place in us." John also addressed the future of the channel, saying, "Effective immediately, Kris is no longer a member of Tankertube. Tankertube will continue moving forward with the remaining members." 3 days after the allegations surfaced, Roblox predator Hunter Schlepp confirmed Kris was a subject of a Roblox predator investigation. The topic was also picked up by various Roblox drama YouTubers. Later, 5 other women came forward alleging that Kris had preyed on them. With Kris using his fame in Tankertube to get in contact with them, they alleged Kris invited them to his house, knocked them out, then put drinks in their system to force them to have sex with him. On March 3, 2026, a police officer confirmed Kris was a subject of a sex crime investigation. Later, they raided his house. Later on May 26, Kris was detained by police on suspicion of rape after a Russian woman filed a complaint to Ohio police. Following Kris's detainment, Tankertube was engaging in some suspicious behavior. Their dance video to Empty by Jaden and Boyna Band was no longer on the channel. They also donated funds to some victims to support them. Kris's trial began on July 10th. He faced charges of rape, sexual battery, sexual assault, and abuse. The authorities were rigorous in the investigation, seeking to ensure justice for the victims and establish a precedent for how such cases would be handled. 3 weeks later, the court reached a verdict. Kris was convicted of raping 3 women in his home during his time in Tankertube. As a result of the verdict, Kris's behavior behind the scenes was exposed and his public image as a member of Tankertube was shattered. The court imposed a sentence of 11 years in prison, with each rape charge counting for 4 years, but the third one counted for 3 years. His deportation to Australia was also decreed, ensuring he will not remain in the United States after release. The reaction to his sentencing was instant and devastating. On the evening of March 1, 2026, Caden's World, a website which hosts viral videos, removed all of Kris's Tankertube dance videos from the site. Adopt Me and Brookhaven removed Kris material from their games. Roblox removed him from the Creator Awards and also deleted his account. Sniperwolf, a YouTuber who hosts a livestream with Tankertube members, deleted all videos Kris appeared in on her YouTube channel, leaving only videos featuring other Tankertube members. Kris's account on the short video platform TikTok was also blocked and its followers have been removed, and his YouTube channel has been taken down due to complaints regarding violations of YouTube's terms of service. His social media accounts were deleted, advertising contracts were terminated, and his work in the dance industry was completely erased. In just 3 months, Kris went from a member of Tankertube to a disgraced dancer, and that was the end of Kris's dance career.